Hey guys, Glaze here with a new series for you on the top 5 tips for a specific role in CSGO. Today I'll be looking at entry fragger and a few things that will help you on improving in this area if you feel you need to. So let's get into the top 5 tips I have for the entry fragger role. The first tip, and also probably the most important out of all 5 of these I'm going to give you, is to not be afraid, okay? I know it sounds very simple and you may think I'm stupid for saying it. However, you're being an entry fragger. You won't always have the best stats of the team, and that is something you need to be able to accept before you do the role. Being able to go in fearless and not worry if you die, as you know you have the faith and trust in your teammates to trade you and take the space behind you. Being an entry fragger isn't easy in that sense of you needing to have 100% trust in all of your teammates coming behind you. The second tip I will give you guys is being able to run onto a bomb site and know your angles. Okay, so even though I feel a lot of you probably already know your angles very well, it's super important that as an entry fragger, you know the angles that you'll see or be exposed to first and be able to react to that in the correct way to deal with someone if they are there. This can be from having perfect crosshair placement on a headshot angle, for example, or just being able to know what ones to clear first when going onto a site to entry for your team and create the space your team needs. This can be practiced through doing pre-fire workshops and other things in that sort of general area. The third tip will be knowing your pathing, and this ties back into angles a little bit, as when you are being the entry fragger for a team, most likely you will have a specific path you run when going first onto the site. This is so that you know the important areas to clear, allowing for your teammates to take the space behind you. Knowing your pathing is not the most challenging thing to do and can be learned through watching demos of entry fraggers and where they are running when going onto a site, and also watching other YouTube videos, possibly entry fragging pathing videos, for example. This is a great way to learn this skill when being an entry fragger, as it isn't all about just popping heads. It is also about being able to know where to take the space and how to do so. Moving on to the fourth tip I have for you guys will be understanding positions. When I say understanding positions, I am talking about knowing where the CT defense will be and where you're going onto a site. This can be from information your team has got and also your game sense as a player. For example, if you're entering onto B on overpass, it is impossible for you to clear all the angles on the site at the same time, right? You just can't do it. It's just not possible. So because of this, you'll need to use your game knowledge and also information your team may have before going onto the site to know what positions you need to be prioritizing and clear first. I know you may feel uncomfortable doing this, however it is the best thing for you to do for your team. One thing I've seen many times before, as well as when it comes to entry fragging, is that you don't want to go onto a site trying to clear every angle on the site, as it simply won't be effective and possible. You'll be flicking your mouse back and forth so much that it essentially you won't be clearing anything, and if someone is somewhere that you are flicking around looking at it, it will be much harder for you to deal with a CT in that area. So go in and clear specific areas and remain calm. And finally, for the fifth and final point, will be the training specifically to entering. This will be done by practicing your reaction times, making sure to get this as best as you can, as when you are going onto a site, you will need to use your reaction speeds to deal with the threat on that position at the time. Training for entering can also be about doing pre-fire practice so you understand positions more when going onto a site, so you'll be ready for those when it comes to a live game. The general traits I look for in a great entry are being able to have solid crosshair placement, fast reaction speeds, and also the capability to flick and be accurate if needed. As being an entry, you will come across a lot of different situations, and it's important you are able to deal with them. Thank you guys so much for watching my 5 tips on being a better entry fragger. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know of your thoughts on this new series, as I can do all other roles in CS in the future if you guys want. And as always guys, it's Glaze here, and I'll speak to you very soon.